Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Just ahead, Tom Still talks about Wisconsin's opportunity to get into the fast lane with autonomous vehicles. And Jonathan Horn, Managing Director of the Idea Fund of La Crosse, describes one of Wisconsin's newest early-stage investment funds. And now, here are this week's tech metrics. These snapshots of key indicators in the Wisconsin economy are developed by the Wisconsin Technology Council for its policy and news reports. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
A century or more ago, there were plenty of people in Wisconsin who cringed at the thought of all those horseless carriages, motorized bicycles, and boats buzzing about. And yet it was precisely that kind of innovation that built a signature part of Wisconsin's modern economy, and which can be repeated today with an aggressive welcome to autonomous vehicles. An Assembly committee held an informational hearing in late February on the state of self-driving vehicle testing in Wisconsin. The process got a jump start in January when the UW-Madison College of Engineering was picked by the Federal Department of Transportation as one of 10 institutions nationwide that will test self-driving cars. Self-driving vehicles have been under development for years. They're essentially smart vehicles that sense the environment around them and navigate without human input through use of radar, laser technology, global positioning systems, and other computer visioning. Benefits include lower accident and injury rates, greater energy efficiency, and improved mobility for people who otherwise can't or shouldn't drive. The opportunity for Wisconsin exists through several avenues. First, despite the loss of major auto assembly plants, the state is home to a number of automotive suppliers and more specialized manufacturers, such as Harley-Davidson, Johnson Controls, Rockwell Automation, ABB, Oshkosh Corporation, and Pierce Manufacturing. The insurance industry in Wisconsin is already closely monitoring and even investing in the future of connected or autonomous vehicles. Third, Wisconsin is a state heavily engaged in trucking, both to move goods and as a home for major carriers. With the trucking industry scrambling to find enough drivers, it may make the move to autonomous vehicles sooner than most. Fourth, Wisconsin researchers already have expertise and skin in the game. The UW-Madison Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering will carry out testing under the federal program. The release of the new federal automated vehicles policy in late September makes it clear that Washington will keep a hands-off attitude when it comes to telling automakers and others how to proceed with the development of self-driving vehicles. That means industry and technology will continue to take the lead in developing these vehicles and related systems, not the federal bureaucracy. It also means state governments can expect latitude to promote innovation around such vehicles and supporting infrastructure while ensuring driver and public safety. About 10 states have already passed enabling legislation. For Wisconsin to move ahead, lawmakers must confront their fear of the unknown and embrace innovation. Legislation was introduced in Wisconsin 2 years ago, but stalled. With the state-by-state race to gain a competitive edge well underway, Wisconsin cannot afford to forfeit the driver's seat once again.
We're back with Jonathan Horn, Managing Director of the Idea Fund of La Crosse. Welcome, Jonathan.
Thanks, Liz. Great to be here.
The Idea Fund of La Crosse is the first venture capital fund to receive a commitment from the state-backed Badger Fund of Funds. Tell us how that relationship will work.
Yeah, it's a great relationship. The Badger Fund is the lead investor in the Idea Fund. They're 40% of our total capital. They are a returns-focused investor, meaning they invest in the Idea Fund with the intention of generating return for their investors. And the Badger Fund is managed by some really successful venture capitalists. It's Kaganza Capital Partners out of Madison and Sun Mountain out of New Mexico. So we've spent a lot of time with their managers, learning how they approach investment decisions, returns analysis, what they're looking for, in startup companies. So it's been a huge advantage for the Idea Fund to have them involved.
The Idea Fund of La Crosse will invest about $8 million in Wisconsin companies over the next few years. Describe the basic outlines of the fund. For example, company types and typical investment size.
Yes, we're looking for 10 to 12 startup companies, all headquartered in Wisconsin. We're looking primarily for pre-revenue startup companies. We'll structure our investment to give them a year and a half of operating cash. And then when you look at this kind of investing, with pre-revenue companies, 6 out of 10, based on national averages, can be total write-offs. Maybe 1 or 2 you get your money back, and 1 or 2 really drive your portfolio returns. So we'll look at companies in any industry, but they really have to have the financial profile to justify that sort of risk.
How can startups find you, and what introductory information should they provide?
You can go to our website, www.ideafundvc.com. VC is in venture capital. And basically what I'm looking for is a 2-pager that gives an overview of your business, just help me understand what you do, and give me some parameters on how to think about the return from the investment. So how much cash do you need to run for a year and a half? What portion of the company will we get for that? What you see your exit looking like, how much cash you'll need to get there, and how long that'll take. Just basically the parameters of basic return analysis would be the first step.
Thanks, Jonathan. And thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, The Show. The show is produced by the Wisconsin Technology Council and WisBusiness.com and sponsored by UW-Milwaukee and Exact Sciences. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Foot Executive Search. See you next time.